You dropped out of college. I feel like there is a survivorship bias in media that leads to a romanticizing of
Totally.
dropping out of college. And I'd love to hear your thoughts on who you would advise to drop out of college, who you would advise to stay in college, because you ended up very uniquely, in my experience, extremely well read and extremely well rounded.
Hmm.
And when people drop out of college, oftentimes they say, well, it's because it's not going to prepare me for job X or Y or Z.
Right.
In my opinion, at least in a liberal arts college, still is that the goal is not to prepare you for a single career. The goal is to make you a well-rounded, developed human being. So I'd just be curious to know
Sure.
what your caveats are, who you would recommend consider dropping out versus not.
Yeah, so it's funny. I was looking at there's a Wikipedia page that's like a list of college dropout billionaires.
Right.
And it's funny. It's like, yeah, it's the definition of the survivor bias because let's say there's 500 billionaires in the world and like 20 of them were college dropouts. That means even among billionaires, most of them went to college, right?
Right.
So, but you only care about the ones who dropped out of college. So, I think, like for me, dropping out of college was a pretty simple calculation. It was, would I stay in college and graduate and hope to have this same opportunity that I'm being offered right now? And the answer was,
and that was the Tucker opportunity.
It was Tucker, Robert Greene, and then working for Aaron Ray, who we both know, at the Collective in Hollywood. So it was three things that either one of them individually I would have killed for as a post-grad job. And so I said, I'm going to do this now and see how it goes. What I think the problem with dropping out of college that everyone misses in the discussion is that dropping out of college is not a thing. You take a leave of absence from college, meaning you can go back at essentially any time. So it's again, when I'm saying like relax to the 19-year-old version of me or whatever, it's like, dude, it's not as black and white as you're making it out to be. Like, take risks. You're in a cohort where you can absorb risk, and then understand that you're not going to starve to death if this goes poorly. Like, for me, it was like, I'm going to take advantage of this, and a year from now, if it's not working out, I'm going to go back to college because college is the best default option if you don't know what you want to do. Because it keeps you on the level with everyone else, and it gives you some sort of certification that sets you apart from like people who didn't go to college.
Right.
So that's how I think about college. And usually, and I'll say this: the people who should not drop out of college are the people who are doing poorly in college, because college is exactly like life. It's a system that you have to figure out how to get the most out of and do your best at. And if you're failing out of college, you are probably going to fail at life because if you don't address the root reasons why you're doing bad at college,
Right. Yeah. So